Please watch to the end. Comment and respond to other people's comments.
Learning new information about yet another violent encounter on the road, and it's also linked to Trevor Dull.
Just yesterday, we shared this exclusive interview with a man who says Dull shot him in a fit of road rage. And now our John Duran is sharing new details just uncovered about another incident that happened just days before.
A Hamilton County judge said Wednesday Trevor Dull has 12 pending cases against him, 10 for driving with a suspended license and 2 felony cases for road rage incidents, both allegedly involving a gun Dull owned.
I just remember the shots going off.
Court documents say Dull shot Daniel Alejo in the leg last week while they were both driving on 96th Street in Fishers.
It could have been a lot worse if we weren't moving, if we just pulled up next to each other and he decided to shoot then.
New court documents we received on Wednesday tell us that Dull was involved in another road rage incident 3 days before the Fisher shooting he was allegedly involved in. This one took place on 10th Street in Noblesville. Court documents say in that incident, Dull had to slow down as he approached a salt truck. That truck pulled into the parking lot of Reggie's Motorworks, where it was scheduled to work. That's when Dull allegedly threatened the driver and fired his gun into the air from his car on 10th Street. Dull is in the Hamilton County Jail under a $1 million cash bond.
Tonight at 6, prosecutors are filing new criminal charges against a man for allegedly trying to hire a hitman to kill a woman and a juvenile.
These are charges that come while the suspect is already on trial for attempted murder in a road rage incident. John Duran tells us why the man wanted them killed.
In a probable cause affidavit filed Friday, police say Trevor Dull tried to hire a hitman to kill 2 key witnesses in his attempted murder trial. The documents show Dull was writing letters from jail that he believed were going to a hitman, but it was actually a confidential informant. In them, he reportedly wrote he needed it done before his March 14th trial. His alleged targets were his girlfriend and a minor who witnessed one of his road rage shootings in November. In a span of 3 days, Dull was accused of 2 road rage shootings, one in Fishers where Dull allegedly shot Daniel Alejo in the leg. In court documents filed after that shooting, police say they talked with a minor who was in the car with Dull during the crime. That minor, shown as LK, allegedly told police Dull threatened him. Police say Dull told his girlfriend he did something really bad and that he was involved in a road rage incident. Documents show Dull allegedly gave code names for his targets: bathroom renovation for the minor and bedroom renovation for his girlfriend. The confidential informant who talked with Dull asked how much he wants for the bathroom and bedroom renovations, allegedly agreeing to a price of $4,000 to $5,000 for both. Dull then stated, "I think it would be easier to go ahead and gut it all and not have anything, you know?" Court documents say Dull told the hitman the bedroom renovation, code for his girlfriend, was probably going to be an easier job. The confidential informant turned the phone calls and letters over to police. I reached Dull's girlfriend's father by phone Friday, who told me police were setting him up before the father ended my call. Dull's trial is now set for June.
Daniel Alejo says it all started here at this Meijer. He was trying to turn left, but the car in front of him wasn't moving, so he decided to honk. Daniel says that honk quickly turned into a chase.
Just crazy. His lights are really, really bright, and I'm like, what's this guy's problem?
Daniel says he then brake checked him and went back onto 96th Street to get away.
Before anything could happen, I just remember the shots going off, and he had shot my car. I think it was 2 or 3 times.
At least one of those bullets pierced through Daniel's passenger side door and hit him in the right leg. He then lost control of his car and crashed into another driver. 2 days later, police arrested 24-year-old Trevor Dull. On Tuesday, he was officially charged with attempted murder. A closer look at Dull's driving history shows his license was suspended more than 24 times. And court documents also say he's listed as a suspect after firing shots into a Marion County home. As the prosecutor works on the case, Daniel says he's focused on recovering. Thankful it wasn't worse. In Fishers, I'm Lauren Kostick, 13 News.
And tonight, for the first time, we're hearing from the victim of a scary road rage shooting. It happened last week in Fishers on 96th Street near Hague Road.
Yes, it was just 2 hours ago. We learned that 24-year-old Trevor Dahl was officially charged with attempted murder in this case. Tonight, Lauren Kostick sits down with the victim and also looks into the suspect's driving history.
Oh my gosh, it's just so big. Yeah. It's like a
Just days after being shot in the leg, Daniel Alejo is trying to get back on his feet.
Putting a lot of weight on this left leg.
He says he still can't believe what happened.
It just always happened so fast. It's just like, it was just crazy.
On Thursday night, he was headed to Meyer off 96th Street in Fishers when he approached a car stopped in the middle of the road.
I honk just like, like anybody else would do. Just like, hey, like, there's someone behind you.
He then went around the car and pulled into the parking lot, but he says the driver started to follow him.
Like, just crazy. Like, his lights are really, really bright. And I'm like, what's this guy's problem?
Daniel says he then brake checked the driver and went back onto 96th Street to get away.
Before anything could happen, I just remember the shots going off, and he had shot my car. I think it was 2 or 3 times.
At least one of those bullets pierced through Daniel's passenger side door and hit him in the right leg. He then lost control of his car and crashed into another driver.
I parked my car and then turned it off, and I opened the door and I looked around and just see if he was either still there or if he was gonna, try to come back.
But the suspect drove away. 2 days later, police tracked down 24-year-old Trevor Dahl. On Tuesday, he was officially charged with attempted murder. A closer look at Dahl's driving history shows his license was suspended more than 24 times. According to court documents, he's also listed as a suspect after shots were fired into a Marion County home in October.
Shots go off and then I crash.
Those driving records are frustrating to Daniel, wondering how his alleged shooter was allowed behind the wheel.
And it's just like, why?
A scary situation he's thankful wasn't worse. In Fishers, I'm Lauren Kostick, 13 News.
Trevor Dahl pled guilty to shooting at 2 people within 1 week while driving in Hamilton County. A bullet hit one of his targets.
He was firing 3 rounds at him with the intent to kill. That's the factual basis was made. That's what we're here to decide. This is no small deal.
At his prosecution hearing, the state argued Dahl is dangerous.
Don't brake check me, bro. Get out the car, man. I want you to, please.
And has a history of aggressive behavior.
We are in Hamilton County, Indiana. And if people out there don't believe that makes a difference, I'm not that person. And if this had happened on 82nd Street, I do not believe that my client would be where he is sitting today.
The defense argued Dahl was overcharged by the state and didn't intend to kill or harm anyone.
You picked up a firearm, you pointed your firearm at another person, and you discharged your firearm. And an individual was injured. That's a game changer. When we're thinking about who are the people that we put in prison, it is the violent people. It is the people that are going to threaten the safety of all the rest of us.
One of 2 people to take the stand was one of Dahl's victims, Daniel Alejo, who was shot in the knee driving in Fishers back in November. For the first time, Alejo got to speak directly to the man who pulled the trigger.
I'm no one to judge or to tell you how you should go about living your life, but I do believe in karma, and that what goes around comes around. So I hope you get what you deserve.
I pray every day that he heals and he never goes through any situation like this again. I never ever had any desire to hurt anyone, and I hope they can find it in their hearts to forgive me and my actions.
Ultimately, the judge handed down significant prison time.
I'm going to sentence you to 37 years at the Department of Corrections.
In Hamilton County, John Duran, 13 News.
A Noblesville man will spend 80 years in prison, and that's after pleading guilty to a road rage shooting in Fishers. Prosecutors say Trevor Dahl has a history of road rage. He took a plea agreement after shooting a driver who honked at him in Fishers. Court documents also show he also threatened another driver just a few days before that shooting happened. While in jail, he's also accused of trying to hire a hitman to kill witnesses in his trial. A judge sentenced him to 80 years for 2 counts of attempted murder.